Mr. Sanjeev with a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to check how many of you are awake after lunch, because otherwise, अगर AI और ऑटोमेशन ये ओवरडोज हो गया तो आपको एक शेर सुनाता हूँ, उससे थोड़ी सी शायद लाइफ आएगी। दुष्यंत कुमार की कुछ लाइनें हैं जो बहुत रेलिवेंट हैं हर समय में। हो गई है पीर पर्वत सी पिघलनी चाहिए, हो गई है पीर मतलब पेन, पीड़ा। हो गई है पीर पर्वत सी पिघलनी चाहिए, इस हिमालय से कोई गंगा निकलनी चाहिए। सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरा मकसद नहीं, मेरी कोशिश है कि ये सूरत बदलनी चाहिए। राइट? सो वो क्या है, वो पेन क्या है, वो पीड़ा क्या है, दैट इज़ व्हाट नाउ वी विल डिस्कस। सो बेसिकली excuse me. So there is nothing that we have not discussed since morning about the future proofing logistics and supply chain, and the topic given to me is also for the warehousing 4.0 innovations in storage and fulfillment. Now when we talk of being future ready, there are a couple of things which I believe we have not talked, or we have not talked in detail, so I would like to put more focus on that. As far as technology adaptation is concerned, I'm sure everyone has understood since morning we have been talking about it, and we have to do that. There are no two opinions, it's not optional, it's mandatory, we all have to do it at whichever stage we are of the business. Now, important here is that when we adapt any of the technology in the changing environment, what is the most critical part of it? One is, which I think in the morning hours Rajiv had talked from Ultratech, that we have to ensure the reskilling and upskilling. That is very, very critical. What is happening that in the changing environment, we are trying to get into new technologies without really preparing ourselves or our organization for that. So what happens, you have the technology, but without remembering that it's the man behind the machine which is more important. We have to value that more. We have to have the human consideration always active, and I think on the top priority for every organization. Otherwise what happens that you adapt the technology and you find that you have left many or maybe hundreds at times people unemployed. But was that the aim of the organization? Not really. Not many organizations aim for that, but land up doing it unknowingly. And then they hire expensive resources from the market who do not understand the organizational requirements or the organizational culture. So it's a paradox. You can call it happiness paradox. You are aiming for something else and you are doing something which is going against your own aim. So your aim is not to make your employees leave the organization. Your aim is not to hire more expensive resources. Your aim is to adapt technology to make your supply chain or your business more responsive. So what we have to do for that, of course, IoT, AI, automation, I had actually prepared the presentation without knowing that by the time I will get my opportunity to speak, all these things would have already been discussed quite in detail. So I will not get too much into it, but yes, how do we use it in most of our organization? Prior to my current assignment with Patanjali, I had the good opportunity to work for Honda Cars, Samsung Electronics, ITC Limited, Metro Cash and Carry, BigBasket.com before coming here. And some of them, of course, are early adopters. So like ITC Limited, I remember that we, about maybe 20 years back or so, got into RFID. Now we knew that it is very expensive technology and we may not be able to use it effectively at this point of time, but then we wanted to be ready for that. So some people, of course, some organizations will work like that. Some organizations will see that this technology is working well and then get into it. So all that is right depending on the maturity of the organization and the readiness of the organization for the change technologies. So this is how IoT is working and helping today different organizations. Of course, in real-time tracking, which has become way of life, I think, for most of the organizations, whether you talk of electronic, automobile, FMCG, and e-com, and everywhere it's being used. Then enhancing supply chain visibility. Now, almost since morning, every speaker had talked about setting up the control tower, because that has become the way of life now. Earlier, that data used to come from different sources by different functional heads, and as a supply chain head, if I am saying that we have made 100 deliveries on time, sales and marketing will say it is only 85% on time, and finance and accounts may say that it is 60% on time. So you never know. I mean, different people, different data, same organization, same database. Now today with the control tower, fortunately, we are having that one solution, one ease, that everything is coming from the same database. And data collection and analysis, of course, that's everyone has gone into it. AI in warehousing is playing very, very important role, because earlier what used to happen in of course, I started when the computers were not there, the internet was not there 37 years back. And at that point of time, it used to be based on the experience and expertise of the individuals. But today you have huge database, and you don't have to really rely only on the expertise of the managers, but you also have the data which can give you the predictive as well as the prescriptive analysis. And based on that, you can take that much more accurate and correct decision, which help business in faster growth and better cost efficiencies and the operational efficiencies. So automated decision, predictive analytics, and enhanced customer service. Of course, with the these chatbots, etc., we are seeing it's not only in the banking system, but everywhere now, even whatever operations we are into, these things are helping a lot, that you get into the query and get answers. So there is no one dedicated resource required for that. Then innovation in automation and robotics, increased efficiency and productivity, improved accuracy and reduced errors, and enhanced worker safety. These are the benefits we are aiming from it. Now here we need to again keep one factor in mind, that we go to say Singapore or Germany or UK, US, and we see the kind of automation that is there, the robotics use that is there in the warehouses. But we also need to understand that at the end of the day, we are not here just to do everything that is being done elsewhere. We have to see what works best for us. It is not that you have a chemist shop next to your house, so you will keep eating the medicines, right? So it is only as and when you need, and as much as you need, and as much as is required. So that is something which is very important. We go, we see whatever is happening in the world, and we try to adopt. Now, not necessarily every technology will work. Just to tell you, my first assignment was with Honda cars, and our management was the Japanese management. Of course, it was in the founding stage that I had joined. So the cars had not rolled out, and the management had come all from Japan. Now they said that we will carry the Honda cars only in Honda trucks. Our own trucks will be there. So I was a management trainee, I was a fresher, obviously I was not knowing much, but still knowing our Indian road condition, I never had to do any management program. So I knew how our conditions are, and incidentally at that point of time we were in Delhi NCR. On one side we had Kapashera border, and on that is Gurgaon side, and on other side we had Gyani border, which is the Ghaziabad side of it. And incidentally, that was a time when rainy season was on. So anyone from north or anyone who visits in the rainy season north, they will be knowing very well that what normally is the condition there at that point of time. So we went to one of the border, I took them in a car, which was again an imported Honda car only. So when we were going, it was raining and there was a lot of water, and the car was either going in this ditch or that ditch, and all the time it was it was having a lower ground clearance, so it was hitting the road. So they said, "Ki, our trucks won't work here." I said, "This is our way of wheel balancing. This is how we do." So one side it goes in the left ditch or the right ditch, and finally by the time we reach back, the wheel balancing is there. They understood it that way when they experienced it. So the Tiki burger is not sold anywhere else by McDonald's except in India. So when you are in India, you need to understand what is our requirement and cater to it, then only you will be able to survive. Because if we talk of future or futuristic technologies only for the heck of it, then I don't think it is going to add any value. So first we need to understand what are my pain points, what is the best solution available globally for that, and then get into it. So predictive analytics, as I said, of course, in the inventory optimization, warehouse capacity planning, demand forecasting, of course. This is helping a lot, but at the same time, now having spent almost 37 years in the industry, different industry verticals, next year I'm about to retire. But I have never ever seen in any industry, automobile, electronic, or FMCG or e-com, the forecast accuracy. I really wonder that those 25, 30, 35-year-old seasoned veterans, sales experts, in none of the organization, why they are able to forecast accurately. And now with these tools also, they are struggling. So again, I will say the same thing, that you have got the technology, but who are the people behind it? There can be only two problems. Either you are not competent or your intent is not right. If you are competent and your intent is right, why you will not be able to do a job? Or why is it not happening? How many people sitting here, most of you will be from supply chain background or related fields. How many of you have got accurate forecast month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year? And that becomes the biggest challenge. Your inventory levels go out of control, your transportation planning goes out of control, your delivery, your receipt, your warehousing capacity, everything goes for a 6, only because you are not getting the right forecast. But strangely, more programs are organized for supply chain professional than for the sales people, that how to do the right forecasting, which I think is the need of the hour. Reducing operational costs with the advanced storage system and technologies, of course, as I already said, that lot of technology and automation advancement is there, and globally we have many success cases also to refer to. People even in India like Big Basket, Amazon, Flipkart, they are getting into those kind of technologies to make best use of it, and they need it. But again, if I am having a 5,000 square feet of warehouse in Patanjali, then not necessarily I need to have all the racking and MHE and everything, because in 5,000 you won't be able to run it. So you need to have maybe 50,000 square feet of a warehouse to do that. So we need to plan it very well, what we need, and accordingly implement it. These are some of my previous examples. I don't need to talk about it. I will focus more on one more point, that what are the critical areas which we need to focus upon to adapt the technology and make best of options that we have in technology to be future ready. So to sum it up, I will use 3 words, which I feel if every organization goes into it, will be ready for future. 1, be alert. Alert, agile, and adaptive. Alert, agile, and adaptive. We all need to be alert, because technology is changing so very fast that if you are not updated, you are outdated. So you have to stay relevant. Second is agile, that even if you know what are the changes happening, are you able to adapt? For example, in Patanjali, during COVID time, we had not stopped our operation even for a day. Our deliveries were not stopped even for a day. No person was sacked. No person had reduced salary. Why we were able to manage it? Because we are a human organization. We believe that Patanjali एक परिवार है जो परोपकार के लिए व्यापार करता है. People who understand Hindi will know it well. because that is exactly in the words of Baba Ramdev, our founder. पतंजलि एक परिवार है जो परोपकार के लिए व्यापार करता है. Now I think if that is the attitude, that is the value system, if that is the approach for most of the organization, they will not have those kind of disruptions which they are having. Geopolitical challenges, do we have any control? No. Natural disasters? No. Your technological disruptions? No. These things are inevitable. These will keep happening. The only thing is, are you humane? Are you taking your organization along with you? Are you taking your vendors along with you? Are you taking your customers along with you? If you are taking care of them, they will take care of you when the tough times come. But the problem is that there is a disconnect. People are becoming more and more self-centered. And there is a philosophy called giver's gain. The giver's gain is that if you give to the society, society gives back to you. If you give to someone, you get it back. Now that should be the approach. If we have that kind of a value system, I'm pretty sure that we are all future ready. The disruptions are beyond us, but if we are having people to support us, then we will be able to see through any challenge. Because as I heard someone saying, that 100% of our clients are people, 100% of our employees are people, 100% of our stakeholders are people. If you don't understand people, you don't understand business. So thank you very much. Take care. God bless you all.
Thank
Any
you so much,
questions?
Sanjeev,
More
sir.
than welcome.